Okay, I will continue from the previous class. So in the last class I was doing relations for delta connected load. So I will continue this concept here. So this is the phasor diagram what we had drawn in the previous class. So after that, ZPH defines an impedance. It decides whether the current lag with voltage or current lead with voltage. If it is an inductive circuit, current lag voltage by an angle of pi. If it is an capacitive circuit, the current lead voltage by an angle of pi, right? If it is a resistive circuit, both current and voltage, that is IPH and VPH, are in phase. Okay, so here we are going to draw the complete phasor diagram. This is the partial phasor diagram what I had drawn in the previous class. So now I am going to draw the complete phasor diagram by considering an lagging power. Lagging power in the sense the current lag with an voltage by an angle of pi. Okay, that's what I written here. Impedance is equal to R plus J XL, inductive circuit. So current lags voltage by an angle of pi. Okay, so here the line current lags phase current by an angle of 30 degree. Right, this one I will show you later on. Okay, so as you all know that the power is nothing but phase of the power VI cos pi. It is called real power, right? Cos pi means real power. Okay, so reactive power means VI sin pi. If simply VI means it is an apparent power. Okay, so the total power is equal to phase of the power 3 times of the thing, that is 3 into VPH cos pi. The phase voltage is equal to line voltage in the case of delta connected load. Therefore, in the place of VPH I had written VL here. So IPH we derived the relation, that is IL is equal to root 3 times of IPH. So I substitute the value of IPH is equal to IL by root 3 cos pi. Okay, if you simplify this one, you will get P is equal to root 3 VL IL cos pi watts. In the similar manner, you have apparent power, that is 3 times of apparent power per phase because it's a 3-phase circuit. Okay, in the same manner you have to derive the relation. So you will get root 3 VL IL watts. If you come to reactive power, you have to multiply sin pi here. Okay, so multiply sin pi, then you will get root 3 VLIL sin pi, reactive power. Okay, I think no need to explain these things. Again, anyway, I'll revise once. The reactive power will be due to only an inductance or reactance of the circuit. The apparent power will be due to an supply voltage and current, and real power will be due to an resistor in the circuit. Right? These three concepts we studied in the case of AC through pure series RL, RC and RLC circuit. Now you have to draw the complete phasor diagram for lagging factor. This diagram you have to draw it. I will show you how to draw this phasor diagram. Okay. So first what you have to do, consider VRY nothing but VPH nothing but VL. Because in the case of delta connected load, phase voltage is equal to line voltage. So this is 120 degree apart. This one is your VYB. And again here you have VBR. Right? These are the three phase and line voltages. We know the relation that IR is equal to IRY minus IBR, and the second relation IY is equal to IYB minus IRY, and the third one is IB is equal to IBR minus IYB. So first I will take the first relation. Here first what you have to do, you have to write three current vectors. The first current vector IRY nothing but IPH, the phase current, right? The another phase current I will draw it here, IBR. The another phase current I will draw it here, that is IYB. So this current is lagging with respect to this one with an angle of 120 degree, and this between these two the angle is 120 degree. So after this, what you have to do, okay, IR is equal to IRY minus IBR. IRY you have, minus IBR you want. So here you have plus IBR, you just project out towards negative side. Okay, this is your minus IBR. Then the sum of these two gives the resultant vector IR. So this is your resultant vector IR, nothing but IL. Now you join these 2 points. Okay, so one thing keep it in mind, the phase angle between IPH and VPH we call it as an pi. So this is an inductive circuit, therefore current lags voltage by an angle of pi. If you come to these two relations, current lags voltage by an angle of pi. If you come to these two, current lags voltage by an angle of pi. Right? And then as you know that the angle between these IYB and IRY is 120 degree. This is exactly off. Then this will be your 60 degree and this angle is 30 degree. This is 30 degree. So in the similar manner you have to draw it for these two. Okay, so here you have IBR, you required minus IYB. Okay, here you have plus IYB, you extend this one you will get minus IYB. The resultant of these two vector is IB, you join these two. Okay, in the similar manner what you have to do, here you have IYB, you want minus IRY, you have plus RY here, so you extend this one. This will give minus IRY. Minus IRY plus IYB, the resultant vector will be like this. This will be your IY. Then you join these two. Okay. So this is the complete phasor diagram for an lagging factor. The same diagram I written here. Okay. You just go through that. So as you know that IPH lags VPH by an angle of pi. IPH lags VPH by an angle of pi in all three cases. Right? IL lags IPH by 30 degree. IL lags IPH by an angle of 30 degree. Okay, in all three cases. Thank you.